Good morning. Cheers, everybody. How you all doing? On this beautifully cold and dark Wednesday morning, welcome everyone. We're going to have low numbers today, I think, because something happened with YouTube when I set my stream up yesterday, and it wasn't well, it was public, but it wasn't visible. So unless notifications go out now, it's going to be pretty small, which is good because we've got a competition today, or there's a competition already running. But okay, I'm getting blinded. Oh, okay, hang on. I'll tell you all what this is in a moment, but it's blinding me right now. So, yeah, I put on my thumbnail that I'm going to give some stuff away. No notification? No, there's something wrong with YouTube. It took me, I don't know, 25 minutes to set up the stream yesterday. I kept trying to save the stream and it wouldn't update the details. I don't know what's going on, but oh well. A competition, like a race. Yes, we're all racing. Everyone line up. Go. Let's go. Yes. It's because it's not a short, so YouTube aren't gonna promote it. I don't know, whatever. Oh. Steve had a notification. I don't know, it's hit and miss. I don't get notifications. I'm fully subscribed to BitLooney's trash, like, double alarm bell thing, and I never get a notification when you start streaming, ever. First one to knock on Sion's door wins. Okay, let me just publish my address. Hang on. You all know my address anyway. Not only have I doxed myself so many times, but anyone that's bought anything off me has my address anyway. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. So much has been happening here over the last week or so, but specifically over the weekend. I've been smashing out all sorts of stuff. Emma needs to win. Who votes for that? You sure it's Emma that needs to win, Mark, and not you? So I'll talk about the competition in a second. It's already running. Anyone that's on my Discord server, or some people in my Discord server might already know about it, but I thought I'd extend it into the stream to give people here an opportunity. It's nothing big, but anyway, it could be some fun. Bruce's address is a company that receives all your packages. So that means you never get them because the company takes them. Dave's, well, this is a mocker, so I'm close. I'm half with you, Dave. Unfortunately, whenever I make a mocker, it gets cold really quickly. I don't know why. Okay, let's do a quick roll call while there's a few people here, so it's nice and quick. Peter, good morning. Embedded Hobbyist. Andy Day. Paul. Johnny, hello. Dave. Dishipu. Nice to see you back. Bruce, Mark, and Emma, of course. Did I say hi to Johnny? I'll say hi to Johnny twice. Johnny deserves 2 hellos. Crazy Roops. Rota, hello. Renee. Steve, or DG Electronics. Bruce. I think I said Bruce already. Wow, see, I've already lost it. Stephen Ludgate, hello. Station 240. Ooh. Brad, hello. Is the Pick and Play reflow talking about unionising due to overwork? They've been no unionising. They've been pushing back. Let me tell you. Morton, hello. Joe, Rob, hi. Snuck in late. No, not late. Yeah, the Pick and Place has been getting a good run, but actually no. Well, yes, but over the last, well, that's true. Yeah, I'm doing FeatherS2 Neos and other stuff. Yeah, it's getting a good workout, but over the weekend I did a lot of other stuff. Oh, Mark's in. Oh, Mark's picked Leet. Very clever, Mark. So what's the... Hey, Adrian. Hey, Matthew. So the competition is... I'm going to be giving away probably 2 of my new FeatherS2 Neos. Wait. So my new FeatherS2s with the RGB matrix on them. And what you need to do to win... Oh, we need to wait. Marco isn't here. Oh well. He's going to miss out. So on my... You need to be on my Discord server. Sorry. This is not an opportunity. This is not for me to build my Discord server. It's just that I need all the information in one place. That's all. So if you guess in... Hey, Austin Creations. If you guess in the live chat, it's not going to count because I need to go through them all and work out the winners. So it needs to be in my FeatherS2 Neo channel on Discord, on my Discord server. And if you're not already on my Discord server, oh, incoming now, I'll give you a link. I'll put a link in. As I said, this is not a ploy for me to get people into my Discord server. It's really not. I already can't keep track of all the people that's on there and all the conversations, but that's the link. I just need it all in one place because it's fair for everyone, because that's where the competition started. So this flashing light. So what it is, the competition is... Hello, Minnesota Mentat. Welcome. And Blam. And Carsten. Hi. Flowrider. Hello. Just heard Adrian, hello, and Matthew Andrews, hi. When is it closing? It's closing soon. During the stream, I'm going to announce who the people are. So, there's my Neo, and what I've got, you see that? That's 100% white, 25 RGB LEDs lit up. They're not RGBWs, they're RGB. So to get white, it has to turn on 3 LEDs. There are 25 of them. I want people to guess how much current that is drawing to do that. Oh, and my Visual Studio just popped up a window saying it crashed. Right in front of my face. Hey Julian, 40 amps, yeah, it's not 40 amps, no. So remember, if you guess inside the live chat, it doesn't count. You got to do it inside Discord. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. And you get one guess. So Dishipu, I didn't say it yet. So if you want to delete it, delete it. You get one guess only, and it's locked in. You can't change it. Okay, he just changed it. Right? That was your one opportunity. Snore is 1, 2, 3, 4 milliamps. Okay. So whoever gets the two guesses, so full brightness, 100% brightness at 3.7 volts. So I'll power it off battery. Right now it's obviously coming off here, but these are powered at 3.3. They're all coming through a 3.3 regulator. So it doesn't really matter how much power is going into the board, but I will power it from a battery at 3.7 volts. And this is not how much the board is taking as well. It's just how much current is the 5x5 matrix taking. Okay, that's the competition. And the two closest guesses, I'll ship out a FeatherS2 Neo to each of you. Unless you're in a country that I'm embargoed from, and then we'll work something out. Look, if people guess the same, then we'll work something out, right? Because I don't expect everyone to have to go through everywhere to guess. Oh, these are coming in faster than I thought they were going to. Okay, wow, this is going to be because I need to lock everyone in so you can't change it. Okay, here's my Discord server. You can see them all coming in. Locked in. Which one are you locked in at, Mark? Third at Leet. Locked in. 1337 milliamps. 1.1 amps. It's in the FeatherS2 Neo channel. Ooh, James is 121 milliamps. Wow. You don't play with RGB LEDs much, do you? Wow. It's going faster than I can do it. 1623 milliamps. If people guess the same, I know I haven't got everyone yet. The reason I'm typing this in, the locked in, is so that way I can do a search for them all. 1.23. Was it 1.23 amps? Slave one. I'm gonna go back. I need someone else to do this for me. Because it's not. Hang on. Wait. Oh yeah, you Grindor did watts at the start. No. Yeah, I don't want to do. I'm not going to be doing. Okay, I need someone else to write. Can someone else do it for me, please? Just you do at someone's name. I need to. Who am I going to do? Who am I going to pick? I need to pick someone. Who's going to volunteer to lock everyone in? I need you to go through, and anyone that I haven't typed in locked in, you need to lock them in at that number. Please. Who's going to volunteer to do it? Because I can't take up my whole stream doing that. That's crazy. How's the weather in Australia? It's been coldish, but okay. If Mike was here, Mike would do it, but Mike seems to be asleep. Hey Hansy, hey Andy Mouse, hey Ian, and Quindor, hello. Ajav Devark, wow, I can't even pronounce that. Good morning. And James, 1.21 gigawatts. Yes. What is cold? No, not my coldish is like 5 or 6 degrees. I can't take a screenshot. It's like pages and pages of it. But I don't want people changing their guess. That's all. Because that's not fair, right? Hey, Nick. Cool, Blam. Thanks for saying hi. And catch you later. Yeah, I'd be taking 100 screenshots. No. You can't do it for yourself. You can't, because then you can change your own thing. You got to do. I need someone who'll go and do an at all the other people and lock them in. That way, those people can't change it. Hi, Francesco. Okay, so that came faster than I expected. So I'm going to give it about half an hour. It means that some people will miss out who come into the stream later, but that's okay. Because I want to know who's going to win them. I'm very curious. And there have been people who have been guessing and waiting a while ago. Can you make the channel read only once you announce the correct answer? Sure. Everyone locks in the one before them. That's an interest. Rhoda, that's a good idea. Not sure that'll happen. Sure, I can lock it. Can I make it read only? I don't know if I can make it read only. I'm just looking. Hang on. Yeah, there's no just. It's not that simple. Permissions on Discord are quite different. I can't just tick a box that says read only. Because there's a difference permission between being able to send a message, being able to edit a message, being able to edit someone else's message, being able to... Yeah, it's quite complex. Permissions are quite complex. Oh well. So, what's the question? The question is, how much current... Okay, it's the last time I'm going to announce it. How much... There's a 5x5 matrix, the 25 RGB LEDs on here. They're not RGBW, they're RGB. How much current does it take to light up all 25 in white at 100%? Which is what that's doing. And how bright is that? That is just... I'm blind. And you need to post the answer in the FeatherS2 Neo Discord channel on my Discord server. Okay. And this is all because I'm about to release my FeatherS2 Neo. I have containers full of them. The only thing I'm waiting for are my cards. I've even got bags. Bags and bags and bags ready to go. And I just waiting on my cards, which are hopefully coming today. Pimeroni are going to be stocking them, that I know of so far. Hopefully Adafruit will. I will be. Hopefully the Amazon guys will be. So you'll be able to get them from all sorts of places. Hello Fred. You can't post in here. Got to post in the FeatherS2 Neo channel on my Discord server. And I'll be announcing the two closest guesses. I'll be sending out that. Okay, so moving on. My Explorer Shield is in production, finally. So this is a long time coming. I'm going to say the A word, everyone. You know what I'm talking about. Alexa, turn it on fire. So, yay! What am I showing you under here for? I wonder if my DSLR is working today. It is! Yay! Oh, except I didn't fix that. Hang on. I was taking photographs yesterday. It's still way too shadowy. Anyway, my Explorer Shield is done. And this is number 1. And this is mine. With the screen stuck down and fingerprints all over the plastic. But I have made my first batch. Thank you, Mark. See, Mark's doing it. Good on you, Mark. He's locking people in. I have made my first batch of 30 of them. They take quite a while to make, but I'll be making plenty more. And I've even, so my patrons know about this, I've even designed some laser cut EVA foam protectors for shipping, so they won't get damaged. How cool is that? So they'll be bubble wrapped and bagged, or they'll be bagged and bubble wrapped, I should say, to protect the screen. And I got some floor tiles, EVA foam floor tiles. You can see where the little QFN chips have pushed into it, and still a bit smelly. Not smelly as in laser cut smelly, just EVA foam smells. If I'd gone to Shenley, I'd have expelled myself. Who? What? Oh, right. Okay. Hey, Hojad. And hello, DY the. Not sure that pronunciation is correct. So anyway, yeah, I'm really excited about this, and I've been working on code. Now, the interesting thing with my Explorer Shield is, again, I'm waiting on cards. They're all coming together. I won't have all of my example demo code ready in time. Like, my option is to hold off shipping these for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks while I find time to work on code, or just ship them and let people play with them and release code as it's ready. And I might do that, I think. I might do that. So, of course, this is compatible with any of the Tiny Picos. So USB-C and micro B, and it's also compatible with the Tiny S2. And it just plugs in there. And I'm currently working on, well, I've designed a case for it as well. But I want to keep refining it because it's a bit difficult to print right now. Looney Bin was closed at Shenley. What? Where is Shenley? Shipper says ship it. Yeah, I want to ship it because it's been a long time coming. So I'm waiting on the cards on those. Hopefully I'll have those today as well, or at least by the end of the week. And do you remember these little guys? Well, I've done my first production run of my I2C Breakout. And there it is. Jumpers on the back to select which I/O you can use to control the user power side. So this side you can control user, like turn the power on and off, and this side is always on. And again, compatible with Tiny Pico and Tiny S2. So got stacks of those ready to go, just waiting on cards. And what I've started doing with all my cards, just quickly show you, is I've started putting, obviously I've got some old cards that don't have them yet, but I've started putting Tiny S2 and Tiny Pico pinout on them because they can work on both. Fred is too sweet. What's Mako's here? Hello. Yay. Oh no, intermittent internet connection. Not good. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that with all of my cards. Okay, and so that's all exciting. Really, really exciting. And I'm up to the point now with my tiny displays where I need to build a test jig. A test jig / flasher to put the firmware on. So the firmware is not fully finished, but it's very close. It's very close. Look at that. I didn't realize the board came damaged from JLC PCB. There's a big chunk of solder mask missing. I get a lot of that from JLC PCB, unfortunately. Just, it obviously got damaged and they made it regardless. Anyway, so the idea is there'll be no header here, like there'll be no header pins, and there'll be pogos to flash it. So I'll stick this in and flash it. And I was going to design that today on my stream, but I'm not sure if you're all over the whole building test jigs. So let me know. Chunky Steve-O's guest. Wow. So many guesses. I didn't expect this many guesses. Better drink my coffee before it gets cold. Trying to think what else I can tell you. Oh yeah, and one other thing, but I've lost it. Where'd I put it? I got my new, no, not that one. I got my new prototype board of my I2S audio shield, the one with the PAM on it as well. There's a little PAM there. And it works great. So I am going to order production PCBs for these as well and start making these. So now we've got onboard audio as well as external audio. So that works. That's exciting. So all these things that I've been working on for months that I've never been able to get finished are all getting finished together at the same time, which is daunting, but it's exciting. Hey Bitlooney, good morning. What do you mean by audio spec? What, you don't need to be now? Have you fired? Are you not getting sponsored by JLC anymore, Julian? You've not moved to PCB way, have you? Ian says, ship it, cash flow is king. Yeah, I'm not expecting to sell many of them, so I don't think it's going to make much difference to my cash flow. Data finishing my devices and shipping them to. Great feeling to have months of work come together. Absolutely, but like my Explorer Shield has been, like I developed that a year ago. Like it's just been lingering. Is it the same PAM I played around with a while ago? I can't remember which one you did. That's the 8301 is what I'm using. It's on there just to be able to get onboard audio out of the I2S amp. It's a really nasty hack, but it works. Because the I2S amp is not designed to drive a buzzer, and the sound out of it is really low and not great. So, Julian's a free agent. Can I sponsor you, please? Julian, I want to sponsor you. This video is sponsored by Unexpected Maker. Nah, I don't think so. You got your 1400 STM32s, did you, Mark? And they actually arrived? Do they work? Are they fake? Are they fake? Bit depth rate, etc. Is it going to sound high def? Well, no, it's not a high fidelity board. I mean, it's using an I2S amp. You got full digital audio going to it, but it only drives a 8 ohm little speaker. Yeah, it's not a what are they called? Audiophile board. It's just to be it's a little shield. Okay, I mean you don't get much. I mean, so if I go and take a Pico audio from Adam, I mean, it's got some other stuff on it too, right? But, that one, I mean, that's got no electronics on it. And look at all the electronics on that. Okay, I mean, this is a higher end audio board. This is not. This is designed to be a shield to be able to, easily play back MP3s and WAVs and other stuff like that. It's not a... Yeah, if you're an audiophile, this is not what you're looking for. You need to go something totally different. Yeah. So, my aim was to be able to, for instance, do projects like streaming internet and stuff like that, right? Or easily play back audio files without having to tax the ESP32. Free agent means that he is unencumbered by sponsorship. Wow, they're in an official ST box, all sealed. 920 of them are. The rest of them they've got a bite out of them. Have you checked every one by getting the chip and going like this, like you do with coins? You get 12 hours. What, I should sponsor BitLooney as well, should I? Wow, okay. So many guesses. Mark, you're doing a great job. Thanks, mate. Wow. Okay. Mark, you have to make me more money. I'm buying a house. Mark, can you make me more money? I'd like to buy another house. Is that how it works, Johnny? So I think we're going to... You know what? 2 more minutes. 2 more... What's the time? Wow, my clocks are different. At 7 o'clock, we're going to cut the competition off. That's how it works. Okay. Everyone ask Mark to make them more money so you can buy a house. That's how it works, apparently. What competition? You came in last. You got 2 minutes, Marco. You got to guess how much current is being drawn by 25 RGB LEDs, not RGBW, at full white, 100% brightness. How much current? Not including the board, just how much current just on the LEDs. Okay, wow. Guesses are still coming in. If you can find a house. You got to guess on my Discord server. Hey Arnold. On my FeatherS2 Neo channel on my Discord server. I posted a link before. Do I still have the link? I do. That's the link to it. You can tell me how much colour at full black? I bet you can't. I bet you can't, Julian. How much current at full black? You can post that here in the chat if you want. For those guessing, a Star-Lord, wrong channel. FeatherS2 Neo. Mate, it's my new board. It's a FeatherS2 Neo. So you need to post it in that channel. Otherwise, Mark... Oh, you did already. Okay, cool. Minus 12 milliamp. Does that mean it generates power? Is that like free energy? Do I get free energy? Whenever I turn the LEDs off, I get free energy back in the grid. Hey, Yumbo Prime. 27 milliamp, black. That's more reasonable as a guess. Can't use it on the LEDs. Will give you PST. Will be screaming ping pong. Okay, it's 7 o'clock. We're done. Cut it off unless Max B is writing. Or X Micron just got in. X Micron got in, and if Max B is posting an answer, he gets in. Otherwise, we're done. Or maybe I'll send Mark done. Okay. So, Mark Olsen is getting a board anyway for helping me out. Thank you very much. Mark, you're a winner regardless. Or Emma's getting one. Oh, Hybotics, you're in late. Didn't you already guess the other day? No more guesses. No more guesses. We're done. Competition is over. So, okay, can we... Mark, can you please include Hybotics? And then that's it. Hybotics was the last one. And that's it. We're done, everyone. We're done, we're done, we're done. Can't keep going. Hello, Graham. Graham's not guessing. Oh, Mako. Oh, now Ian's typing. Wow. There was a competition. Yes, we're guessing how much current. 25 RGB LEDs, 100% white, 100% brightness draws on my FeatherS2 Neo. And the closest guess, the two closest guesses win a new FeatherS2 Neo. Andy Mouse is dying, waiting. So I don't even, no, I was going to say I don't even know what the answer is. Of course I know what the answer is. So I got to find where I put my answer. Okay. I found my answer. And so we're ready to go. I'll post, I'll show the answer now and I'll post it. I'll also put it in the chat as well. Okay, we're ready. For those that are posting in the chat in YouTube, that doesn't count. It was in the FeatherS2 Neo channel on my Discord server, and the competition's already closed. Sorry, folks. Do you know my intrigue? These are not the guesses you're looking for. Okay, so we're ready for the response? Ready for the answer? Actually, what do I need? Okay, here we go. Wow, I keep losing that window. It keeps falling behind other things. So, the answer is... Let's see, this is going to be readable. Let me get it bigger. So when they're turned off, it's 33 milliamps. And when they're, so that's what the board is. And when they're on, 366 milliamps. So the answer is 330 milliamps. 330 milliamps for 100% white. I guess, but I didn't read the question. Ian. So, the reason this is even a thing is people were asking in Discord a while ago how much current they're going to pull and how would the board be able to power that many LEDs. But they're low power LEDs. They're really, really good. And they're only being driven by 3.3 volts, right? Not 5 volts. At the 5 volt spec, they'll take more, but they're still really, really good when it comes to power consumption. Did you remove the standby current? That's, what? What do you mean the standby current? I said how much current does the take without the board, just the RGB LEDs. So when it's off, when the LEDs are off, not powered down, just off. So they're black, but not powered down, is about 33 milliamps. So I'm not sure what you mean by taking off the standby current. So who got the right guess, Mark? I need the two closest guesses. You weren't laughing. No, it wasn't that bad. I wasn't laughing at your guess. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I wasn't laughing at your guess, James. I was just interested to see what people thought. That's all. So now we need to go back and find the closest. Fred reckons he did 350 milliamps. Yep, Fred wrote here 350 milliamps. So it looks like Fred is the closest. And then possibly Rota. Oh. 402. So it looks like it could be Fred and Rota were the two closest. I didn't think anyone was going to guess it, because everyone's guesses were so high. As if I'd ship a board that required that much power. That's more, like 1.1 amps, that's more than an LDO can provide. So about 5 milliamps per LED per color at 3.3 volts, yes. Yeah, 30 amps. Yeah, the LDO I've got on the board is this big. So, I mean, that should have been a hint for folks who were guessing. Yeah, like, it never would have been amps. Yeah, 402. There was quite a few 500s. I don't think there are any other guesses below 500 though. I'll have to go after the stream and double check it, but it looks like so far our two winners are Fred and Rota. Oh, hang on. Ian put 375 milliamps. Did you get Ian's? Rota, you might have been pipped. Ian got 375 milliamps. Oh, that was after done. Did you guess after done? Ian, no. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to have to... Oh, no. You guessed after we did the done. Hybotics was the last one. I'll have to think about that one. Oh! Well done. Congratulations, Fred and Rota. That's pretty cool. Bruce has sense of protest coming. Yeah, XRF and Fred. Yeah. Sorry, Ian. I think that's fair. I called done. I let Hybotics through because that came as I was saying done. But, yep. No, you don't get a gold star. You get a FeatherS2 Neo. Okay, let's not do a competition on a live stream again. That was stressful. And if it wasn't for Mark, I think I would have lost all my hair right now. Mark, thank you so much. Consider stream delay as well. Yeah, but I did announce that it was like 2 minutes left. I'll send Ian a consolation prize. Competitions are hard work. I didn't think there'd be that many people guessing, honestly. So, yeah. Okay, so Fred and Rhoda, can you both DM me? DM. Bitlin is guessing 375. Yay, Bitlin wins. Can you both DM me your details? Or I'll message you after. I'll get your details. And I'll send you out some boards when my cards arrive. Hopefully today or tomorrow. And of course, Mark. I will send Mark some stuff. Direct message. Don't worry, I'll ping you on Discord. All good. Who was the worst guess? I don't know. There were some pretty big ones. There was multiple amps. Rob Elms, 2.25 amps. Ouch. Imagine how big the heatsink would be on that. I think that was the highest. There was some 1.6s, 1.8s. Mark was way off, 1.3 amps. Yeah. Oh well. So, okay, I can finally turn these blinking lights off now. Okay, so I really wanted to design a jig for my tiny I2C boards, display boards, but you know what? After that, I don't think I've got the energy for it. I don't think I could concentrate. I'm feeling all jittery right now. So, yeah, that was crazy. Emma was closer than Mark. Emma was closer than Mark, and I guess. And Emma doesn't play with electronics. People demand high power consumption boards from you, just in case you didn't understand the message. Right, okay. You know that if I got 5 volts coming in, I can't really deliver. You know, sorry, or whatever voltage coming in at 500-ish milliamp spec for USB, I can't really deliver 1.2 or 2 amps of power to the LEDs unless I'm going to stick some type of boost converter, and it's going to get super hot, and the LEDs will blind you, but the board itself will burn your fingers off. A factor of 10, close enough for government work. That's very, very funny. That's very funny. It's USB-C, lots of current. Well, no. It's the same amount of current. It's 500 milliamps. Because they're USB 2.0 spec. How many PCs limit the USB to 500 milliamps? Some of them limit it to 400 and something milliamps, actually. Some, like a lot of laptops, a lot of cheap laptops, Windows laptops are very under. And I'm just doing standard USB 2.0, and I'm only asking 500 milliamps. So, which is what all my boards do. So, I mean, I could have specified that anyway. It doesn't matter. The fact is, I said that it's being driven from an LDO, and that should have been a clue, I think. Yep. I want to see one of these boards. I was actually thinking a couple of days I'd like to get one when they're done. Well, now you get one, Mark. And I really, really appreciate you helping me out on Discord. That was really, really helpful. Otherwise, I just would have been ignoring YouTube. Hey, Dave Paul Jones. Wow, I am... Like, my heart is going boom, boom, boom. Seriously. So, do you all might like my little cutouts? Hang on, let me just grab it. I've got a different version. I want to show you something. So I started making a different version first that I wanted to do instead. And it was etched in. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Black does not work so well. It's a bit hard to see. Anyway, it's etched in, so it actually sits around the board. Except I cut it on a bit of an angle, which is what I wanted to do, and the idea was that it would sit in low enough that it would stick out further than the screen. But so these ones take 17 seconds to cut, and this one took just under half an hour. And it looks a bit messy because it's got to etch in the top. So with a laser cutter, you're cutting away, right? So the only way to not cut all the way through, you got to remember EVA foam is really easy to cut. So it's like very, very low power laser to get all the way through this. So it's got to use a super, super low level of power at a very fast speed, and it scans back and forwards to etch in, right? And it's got to do it multiple times. And apart from the fact that it really, inside the EVA foam, looks terrible. Wish I could get better light on this. Can't really get. It's matte, so it I should plug this back in. Hang on. No, I'll do it with my phone. Am I drifting back into video games? No. Why? Why am I drifting? Oh, it's not really a game console. Okay, does that work better? I just want you to be able to see the inside. Okay, you can see now. You see the little bits? So that's what EVA foam is. It's not solid. It's made up of all these strands. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to do, but I can't justify half an hour of cutting per holder. So I'm going with this type instead. And I'm going to go black, I think. I like the blue. Blue's my favourite colour. Doesn't it stink when lasered? Not too bad, no. So EVA foam is safe to cut. Most foams aren't safe to cut because of the glues and stuff they use. EVA foam is, and no, it's like acrylic is way worse to cut in terms of smell. Looks like it's made of Vanta black. Yeah, it's like black. Just the camera does a really terrible job of picking it up. So they're those floor tiles. So I bought some floor tiles, and I'm cutting them out of that. Can see the dog tooths. Yeah, but you can't see it very well. But you can see bits of from this side. You can kind of see all the bits underneath. Yeah, it doesn't cut. It doesn't etch very well, but it cuts really nicely. But it's really thick, and I had my laser. I had to I got to play around with the height. So you can see that it's tapered a little bit. So a laser, when you cut with a laser, it's not a straight line. So you got a piece of paper anywhere? Back in an envelope. So a laser isn't straight. It's it's got this shape. Now it's too dark. It's got this shape, and you need to get the focal point where your cut is. And on something like a 2 or 3 millimeter acrylic, you can get that fairly close, where you get a fairly straight edge. But this is 12 millimeters thick, and the straight part of the laser is not 12 millimeters long, and so depending on where you start cutting it, so I had the laser set to the top, and so it's on the sides you get that bow sticking out, which is what you can see here as it's cutting. Well, not on this one. So my other ones were tapered the wrong way, and so then what I did is I lowered it, but then what I did it too low, and then I've got this shape on the sides, right? So finding the right spot to actually cut this right in the middle is very, very hard. You can't just stick a ruler underneath it and measure. Anyway, and some of the really expensive lasers that you can get have got proper leveling system, laser-based lasers on lasers, but laser-based leveling system where they can, you tell it what thickness the material is, where you want to cut it, and it automatically adjusts the bed for you. Mine doesn't have that, so I've got to do it manually. It's just for transport. You can't. Well, I guess you might be able to get the tiny pico in. I guess you won't be able to get the battery in. Okay, yeah. Look, I mean, sure. I don't know if you'll be able to get the USB connector in. It's for transport. Oh, here we go. Woo. Which ones did I miss? Oh, it's got no SD card. I think it's sitting on the reset button. Yeah, I wouldn't do it with that. Testy based on same board is ready for shipping. My first board's RP20 symbol JLCs ordered well. Awesome. See, now I can't get it out without getting the tiny pico out. You watch me break the tiny pico now. Okay. So though it looks gaming centric, it's not. It's an Explorer shield. I mean, why not have it work like a game layout? I mean, these are useful buttons for navigation and other stuff, but it's not specifically for gaming. Yeah. Do you think you can include the stage library compiled in MicroPython ship with this? Well, not shipped with it because it doesn't ship with a tiny pico. I might do a dual, like I might give people the option of buying it with a tiny pico, but I wouldn't ship it. I'd just be pulling a tiny pico off my shelf. Could I include the stage library as part of my tiny pico firmware? Yeah, I guess I could. But then, for people that don't have an Explorer shield, I mean, it's the same thing with so you're doing your library now for CircuitPython. So, I mean, I could, this is compatible with the Tiny S2 as well. I could put your library as part of, does it need the firmware? Does it need to be in firmware for the, for CircuitPython? Look, I definitely could do that. Dishipu? Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be making special tiny picos that ship with this and then have to work out, which ones are flashed with which version. But I could do it as a default. I could just, as part of the MicroPython. So this CircuitPython one has the C components. Well, I could add that to just my general Tiny S2 firmware that gets built. It'll have to be for 7.0 and above. But yeah, I can do that. For sure. Yeah, the foam's really good. So I was doing cardboard, if some of you might remember. Hey, DIY in the Ghetto. Let me see if I can find... I posted ages ago. Do you all remember seeing my... I had nanos in cardboard for a customer. Let's see if I can find the image. And they were really hard to do. And I wanted to do it with some type of foam, but I didn't have time to work out what foam to do it with. I don't know where the image is. It doesn't matter. But yeah, from now on I could use EVA foam. The problem with my shipping my nanos is they're too thin. So I can only get 12mm or 3mm EVA foam. 3mm is too thin and 12 is way too thick. So, but for doing just general packaging, cutting EVA foam is great. In rice cake, then I can eat it if I get peckish. Do you want me to cut it out of rice cake? I don't think you want me to be laser cutting food products in my laser. Deshipo, I'll chat with you later about it, like off stream. Yeah, I could definitely include stuff. What did I miss in chat? Hey, Photochromax. Hello. I'm also trying to source at the moment, well, not trying. Should have a quote today for shorter headers. So I'm currently using, I've got a choice of either buying more of these surface mount headers at this high, I think they're 8.3, or get custom shorter ones at 5mm, so they don't stick out as far. And they're still perfectly fine to plug a board into. Shipping is the killer. Shipping is 3 times the price of the actual cost per header. So I have to decide very soon, because these are my current ones I'm using. How high are they? I think they're 8. I think it's or maybe 12mm all up. No, 8.5. So yeah, I think the 8.3 is the standard plastic height. Oh, 8.4. Oops, bit hard to say. 8.5. So I want to get 5mm. So they're about. No, I can't get it. About that high. Whatever. Anyway, too dark. Can't see. But yeah, shipping is just a killer, an absolute killer. Stick 2 3mm sheets together first. So that's right, but then I'm doing twice as much cutting, and then I've got to stick them together. That's what the problem I had with the cardboard is. I had to cut all the different sheets of cardboard, then I had to glue them all together, and then I had to wait for them to dry, and I had to the gluing them together was a pain and messy, and getting them aligned properly and stuff. Like I spent more time building the packaging for that order than I almost did building the boards for the order. So I have got 12 whoppers left I haven't released. 12, and that's it. So I will be releasing that last 12, and then I need to decide if I'm going to redesign it. So the problem are the displays. Well, there's 2 problems. This is the last of my displays. There's enough here for 12. So the cost of these have gone up almost 3 times. And also the actual whoppers themselves are using discontinued chips. The LED drivers I'm using on the back, you can't buy anymore. And I've still got some here. I've got enough for more than 12 boards. But, you know, right now, like the cost of the kits is horrific. Like these I still bought at the cheaper price. This is all I've got left. But after that, like the cost of the Whopper kit goes up heaps, and I just don't know if it's worth it. I'm thinking maybe I can reinvent it in some other way, something cheaper. I'm not sure. Stick it together before you cut it. Just as a temp if you can. Get the 5mm. Right, but for the You talking about for my Explorer shield, or are you talking about for the Explorer shield? The 12mm is fine because it fits in the bag, no problem. Right? If I get this, and I get a bag. This was designed to be able to fit inside one of my bags. Right, so that goes in there with the foam, and the card will go in there, and that's no problem. For the nanos, and for like when I ship a large quantity of tiny picos to someone that doesn't need the bags and the cards and all the accessories, I can't stick it together because there'll be two different types. There'll be cutouts and there'll be a base underneath. So they need to be cut separately and then stuck together. Otherwise it cuts right through. Does that make sense? So the ones I did from the Nano were a base that was all like a rectangle that was complete, and then cutouts that they sat into. I think we're lucky. The automotive industry, on the other hand, 9,000 laid off, one firm. 9,000 people. Wow. Hey, wagon loads. Just found I was online. Yes, YouTube for the win. So I need to go out and buy tiles and tiles of this stuff. Be interesting. Wow, been going an hour. I'm almost out of steam. How big is my laser cutter? Yeah, I can fit the whole tile. It's 500 by 700 millimeters, and the tiles are 600 by 600. The cutting area is 500 by 700. The actual area itself, I can fit a bit more. So yeah, I can get a tile in there. So this is what the tiles look like. So it's just these floor tiles. And as you can see, I've done just some different cuts, different test cuts. So I was playing with different settings, different heights, expanding the shapes a little bit. One misstart over here. So I can get about 40 to 50 holders out of each sheet. The sheets they're about $10 each. So it's not great, but if I was buying in bulk, I could buy them cheaper, but I don't need bulk. Like, I don't need to be cutting out 500 covers. I'm not going to sell that many Explorer shields. I moved once and put my back out. What? How big, how heavy? Nah, it's too thin to lie on. But I don't know if you're talking about this, Mike, but these are really light. Like, the Explorer shield weighs more than the foam does. That's the nice thing about EVA foam. 38,000 laid off the industry already because of chips. Wow. I wouldn't want to buy their... No. Well, they won't be using EVA foam for their floor, Mike. I need EVA foam. So did everyone see that the Arduino ESP32 core finally came out yesterday? 2.0 is finally released. And by fluke, absolute fluke, I snuck in my FeatherS2 Neo board definition. I didn't realize it was coming out yesterday. And like 17 minutes before they released it, I did a PR for my board definition, which I've been procrastinating about for ages. And they merged it. And I got the very last merge for the 2.00 release, which is fantastic. Do you use mats in the garage in my work area? I do, but they're a different type of mat. They're like gym mats. And not everywhere. Like, it's mostly concrete in there. Like, all the equipment has to sit on the concrete. I do have some mats lying around. Can't use that. I mean, firstly, I can't laser cut it. Like, it's made out of car tires and all that, stuff. So it's exciting that they finally got their 2.0 release done. I mean, that's taken over a year. And... Well, this is not Arduino. This is the Espressive. This is the ESP32 support. Yeah, I tried again, Bruce, trying to get it to use that using the platform stuff settings, and I couldn't get it working on mine. But now that it's officially released, hopefully they'll be updating Platform IO. I was tinkering with Platform IO yesterday for the first time ever. Really disliked it, but that's because it's new. Because it seems that whoever has added my boards to the system didn't do it properly, especially my S2 stuff. So I need to fix those definitions, but to do that I need to test it, and I couldn't get it working. But hopefully now that the update, that especially if I've updated, Platform IO will update it. The good news is for those that are having Tiny Pico issues with the Flash DIO QIO thing, I submitted a PR yesterday and it's been merged already by the Platform IO guys. Well, I wouldn't want to laser cut those because I'd probably die from the chemicals. Have you seen how advanced the Zephyr ports for ESP2 is now? Especially if they put in some work. Yeah, especially if we've been putting a lot of work for different platforms. Like they donated a bunch of money to MicroPython, which is great, and they've been actively working on a whole lot of stuff. But I've not played with Zephyr, Mark. It's another, like, the reason I've not been playing with Platform IO is just it's another thing to learn, another thing. Like it's more stuff I need to learn and compartmentalize and maintain. Like, you know what I mean? I'm running out of brain capacity. Ethylene vinyl acetate. Sounds scary. I need a little help here. Can someone point me to the right info on how to connect to MFR? I have no idea what that is, so I cannot help you. Maybe someone else can. Well, the S3 is still not in production. It's close, but still not in production. I still can't get updated silicon, like beta silicon. It's very frustrating. The H2, who knows when it's going to come out. They always, especially if they've been announcing stuff way ahead. Like the C3 is still only becoming mildly available now. You know, the C6 is still not available. The H2. So, yeah. Especially for getting really good at announcing new products, but not necessarily shipping them. So I'm excited for the S3, but let's wait and see what happens. It should have been available in June, but it's not in production yet. What about the R2 or the D2? Yeah. And the C3PO. It's getting a bit crazy with their naming. Bit hard to understand what they all are. Like, I don't know what the H stands for in H2. And I don't know why they went for C3, like in C6, and not R for Risk V. I don't know. And the Obi-Wan. Which fet is Bubba? Oh boy, these dad jokes, they're getting pretty bad. Yeah. Sure, it's got lots of, like, yeah, Thread and Zigbee and all those things, but H for home, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the naming convention is. Thanks, Johnny. Pink LEDs do rules. I've still got the pink LED on my Neo test jig, which does look nice. There you go. Not that side there. Pink LED, Johnny made me do last week. And I need to build another one of these adapters today. I had to tell my normal Feather one that you're now a FeatherS2 Neo, which I can do that. I can reprogram the adapters. It's the same layout adapter. But yeah, I need to build more. So I don't have that many more pink LEDs though. I'll have to see if has anyone ever found any 0402 pink LEDs? Hey JTax. I'm not going to sue you. But how are you going to buy a house if you keep donating pink LED sec to people? Mark's going to have to work even harder again. Pink PCBs will even more. Thanks, Mark. Who was it that posted pink PCBs online? On Twitter. I think it was on Twitter someone posted pink. Does anyone remember? I saw it the other day. PCB buy. Are they the company that did it? I don't remember who posted the picture though. They look pretty good. PCBbuy.com. I've not heard of them. Do we know what their pricing is like? Oh, not that I'm jumping ship. I'm going to continue suffering with JLC PCB for now. I'm just curious. I can't remember who the actual person was. This is PCB buy. Let's go 17. No, was it 32 by 18? 5 pieces, 4 layers. Quote now. Only $1 for the first order. So this everyone just rips off each other's things, don't they? So minimum hole size 0.2, 5, 1. I already said all this. 4 layers. I'm just curious. I want to. Panel by them, but it doesn't. Oh, panel. I want to 4x5 V score breakaway top and bottom. I want black, matte black. Oh, here you go. Sakura pink. Oh, and they do purple as well. They got the pink on sale, and they got the matte green as well. Okay. Enig. Wow, they do a whole bunch of different Line Pro, got no vision, no impedance control, 50 ohm. Paper between, remove, I don't care, mini card. It's played in, no, okay. Copper hole, mark, no. Production number, fine. Add, update the data, don't know what that means. So how much is this? Wait, and I want it to be, I want 50. Wow. That's pretty good pricing. This is JLC pricing. I might give these guys a go, get some boards made and see what they look like. Hey Larry, has anyone else used them? Has anyone actually bought anything from these guys? Where's the option to add a stencil? Is there one to add a stencil? It's worth testing them out. I don't think I want to do coloured boards, pink or purple, but I'd love someone to do a matte blue. Matte blue would be really nice, I think. I'm definitely going to give them a, maybe it's, I always feel like a lot of these places are just on selling someone else, because if you look at their pictures and their layout, they're the same, right? I feel like they're just dropping in someone else's thing. But JLC don't do these colors, and they don't have a black and a matte black option, and they don't do OSP or the plain copper, so, or plugged vias or anything. So I don't think this is on selling JLC PCB at all. Sorry, Dishipu. You should protest. Not even maroon, no. CP30 gold. Ooh, I'll do a gold board. Gold with black pads. They steal each other's website, sure. I mean, it is. Like, it looks completely copied. What's panel info? Yeah, cool. Okay. Maybe it's just one guy that writes everyone's websites. I'm not a big fan of how they're all going to, like, there used to be TG140 or TG145, and now they're all just saying it's a range, and you don't know what you're going to get. I'm not a huge fan of that. Like, they should be more specific. Copyright schmoppyright. Yeah. Peter, I hope that more than the payment gateway works. I'm going to give these guys a shot. I might order some stuff today. And, I mean, it's going to be like $200 is going to be an expensive test, but does it go up at all? See, the price that goes, it only goes up a real small amount to go down to smaller track spacing. I don't need smaller than 5. The drill hole for me, the 0.2 is the important thing. Immersion tin. Why would you want to do immersion tin? Has anyone used immersion tin before? Look at the about us links, the second one. Refound policy. Well, there you go. You know you're going to get a refunds. Refound policy. What if I'm not satisfied with the PCB quality? If there's any PCB quality problems or not satisfied with this service, please send an email. 24 hours. Any defect, please provide pictures of the product problem, then we'll check it. If the quality problem is indeed caused, we'll repair or mirror your PCB, refund the corresponding amount to your PCB. Yeah. Well, JLC have the same thing, right? But they actually don't. They fight you tooth and nail and drag you out on purpose. Interesting though is the X panel. So if I go don't allow the X outs, how much does the price go up? So 161 goes up to 194, which is still reasonable. Does everyone know what X outs are? Was that policy or police? Haha. Do you all know what X outs are? I'll show you what X outs are. So the problem is how many, what their X out percentage is. So an X out is where you get a board that looks like this. Where it's damaged. There's one of the boards or more on a panel is damaged and they mark it. So you can see here, see the back of the board? I don't know what they did, but there's big divots out of the board. So they inspect the board. By the way, this is JLC's new matte black. How shiny is this? They don't even call it matte black anymore because it's not matte at all. Very it's not gloss, but it's anyway, it's frustrating. So with X outs, what they say is a percentage of your boards will be crossed out on a panel. That's called an X out. And what they don't tell you is, do you still get... So if I order 50 panels of 15, that's 750 boards I'm expecting, right? And their X-outs could be anywhere from 10% to 20%. That means between 10 and 20% of the boards of the 750 will be X'd out. They'll be crossed out. So do they give you extra panels to make up the difference, or do you just lose the boards? Now, in JLC PCB's case, you lose the boards, but you don't get a choice to choose X out or not, right? So my last batch of boards from JLC, this is the first time they've actually done this. Normally, they'll send me boards that are damaged on there, and I don't know till afterwards, till I inspect them under a microscope, that there's a whole chunk of solder mask missing or something. JLC PCB won't make up the difference. So if you've ordered 750 boards in total, and you've got 15 of them that got an X out, you lose those 15 boards. So that's what X out means. Now, different companies have different policies. If you go to a high-end PCB manufacturer, like Multitech or somewhere, and their X out percentage is, let's say, 20%, they will make up the difference. So if you've ordered when you say I want 50 panels, which is 750 boards, they quote you for 750 boards, not 50 panels. And if whatever their X out value is, they'll give you more to make up the difference. So you might end up with 57 panels. Now, X outs are a pain because you need to go and program into your pick and place machine not to place parts on those boards. It's easy to do on my Neoden 8, which is great, but like that was impossible to do on the Charm Highs. So, yeah, X-outs are a pain, so I got to go through every single panel. Yeah, like something like on my previous Charm Highs, I'd have to write off that whole panel because I couldn't tell the software to skip that board. So I'd have to throw the whole panel away, which is frustrating. But on the N8, I can just pick which panels, but I have to remember to reset it for the next panel. So I normally leave these panels till last, right, and only process them at the very end. But normally when you say, I won't allow X panel, that means they must give you that many good boards with no crosses on any panels, right? They normally charge like 50% more because they have to throw away a whole panel if there's one bad board on it, and they have to give you a brand new panel for it. This is a very, very cheap jump. So 161 to 194 is very cheap for not allowing X-outs. I have to say, like PCB way, it's almost like it's 50 or 60% more. No, you can't program to detect X-outs. There's no. You need to tell it which ones you want to skip. I mean, I can't program my pick and place to do it. Maybe a $500,000 pick and place can. I don't know. Has anyone got one that can answer? I'll have to ask the guys at Pimeroni to see if theirs can. But you know what? If you've got a $500,000 pick and place machine, you can afford to pay to not get X-outs, right? I would gladly pay $30 more and not have X-outs. It depends on their percentage. If their X-out percentage is only 5%, then I'll take the X-outs. It's fine because I might only lose 7 boards in the order. If their X-out percentage is normally 15 to 20%, I'm going to lose a chunk of boards. Like when I order 50 panels, 750 PCBs, I need 750 PCBs. Now, I would gladly order 55 panels to make up the difference, but none of the PCB houses let you do that. You got to go from 50 to 75. And I don't want to order 25 panels more with X-outs in them just to make up the difference for the X-outs. I mean, that's yeah. You can put a QR sticker on the ones to skip, and the P&P's camera can auto skip it. Well, it can't because my pick and place can't do that. So yeah. Curo's a YouTube link so you can rickroll. No, I don't have to rickroll Neoden. It's not Neoden. I can rickroll the PCB manufacturer. Sure. I'm going to give these guys a go. I'm curious. The pink I wasn't a fan of. Like I saw the picture. It was okay. I don't have any purple boards. What could I make in purple? I want to know how good their matte black is, though. That's the thing. Be very interesting to see what their quality is like. Very interesting. Maybe I'll get my... I know what I'll do. I'll get my audio shields through these guys. My I2S audio shield. I think I'll order them today, but in black. In matte black. The problem is that means they're going to look different to the rest of my shields though, because as non-matte black JLC PCB black is, at least my boards are mostly consistent. They're not, I mean, they've changed their black again. This latest black from them is much shinier than the previous black, but it's still close. Well, not really. Actually, have a look at this. So, right. Look at the two different blacks. Again, like just every time I get boards off JLC PCBs, it's a different type of black. I mean, this is more of a matte, completely. RP2040 debug board. You should do that in pink. Not do sale websites that just order from other companies and forward them on. Well, dirty PCBs and places like that do that. Like, dirty PCBs don't... I think it's dirty PCBs. Don't make their own PCBs. But they're open about the fact that they, you know, they work with different PCB manufacturers and that they will pick the best one for your particular type of order, right? Depending on how detailed your order is. So, full color laser inkjet printed PCBs were a thing. I was actually looking a few weeks ago at how much what are they called? The UV printers are to be able to print on PCBs. Like so for my FeatherS2 Neo, honestly, I wanted to do a colored back of the board because it's RGB blingy, and I wanted to do colored back. Holy moly, those printers are expensive. Like, really expensive. Like, the cheapest I could find was like $27,000. And there are stacks of people that have made like hacked versions of printers and stuff to do it. But, you know, I'm not doing one board or two boards. I'd need to be able to do... Oh, compressor. I'd need to be able to do consistent panels of boards going through, right? But how nice would it be to be able to do coloured backs of PCBs? I would love it, but I can't afford... I can't justify that. Like, for that price, I could get a fully automatic stencil printer. So, I could almost buy a second pick-and-place machine. So, it's pretty extravagant. If anyone knows of any cheaper UV printers that can print on PCBs, the problem is a lot of those printers can't print on something that's flat, that's long, right? They can't take something like this. There has to be the ability to curve what's going through a little bit. So that's the issue. Yeah. If anyone knows of one, or a company that makes them, that are reasonably priced, I'd definitely be keen to look into it. I would love to be able to print colour on my PCBs, just for fun, if it was reasonably priced. Okay, I think I'm going to call it, folks. I'm going to get back to work. I need to build lots more boards today. And I need to kit up the rest of my whoppers. Thank you for reminding me. I think it was Peter that asked. Yeah, I've got everything I need now to kit them up, except I don't have any of the... I've only got one of these. I've only got one of these. I need to get more, but we're in lockdown. So I have to click and collect. And anyway. Are there any people near you who do the same thing that you can outsource to? You mean production of boards you're talking about? I don't want to outsource. Deliberately don't want to outsource. I want to make my own stuff. And I'm getting contract manufacturers in Australia to make PCBs is so expensive. Just tell once. Are you on my wait list? I'll be honest now, there's about 45 people waiting and I've only got 12 whoppers. Unless I can find a cheap way of getting more of these displays. Because they're really, really expensive. You could outsource shipping. What do you mean by outsource shipping? What? Ask them to do what you can't. What do you mean do what I can't? As in capability-wise or workload-wise? It's too expensive to use a contract manufacturer in Australia. Like, I'd have to double the price of all my boards. I don't need manufacturing help now that I'm on top of stuff. Like, I just finished a run of 6,000 boards last week, which was absolute nightmare. But I'm fully capable. Manufacturing isn't the problem. And most of the people I know that are near me can't even do the quantities I'm doing. They're not set up to do those quantities. At those quantities, you'd go to China. But yeah, I did all the costing about 2 months ago again, and it's not worth my while going to China. I actually make less per board if I get them manufactured in China than if I do them myself, and I got no flexibility. What do you mean that does what mine doesn't do? I don't understand the question. Like, my pick and place does everything I need it to do. Are you talking about printing colour on a PCB? That's nothing to do with the pick and place machine. That's to do with a UV printer. In terms of pick and placing, like, I've got a 8-head, 66 feeder pick and place machine. And I just bought myself Identify X out. I don't need to identify X out. That's not a limitation for me. It takes me 10 seconds to grab that board and tell my software don't do this one. It's super easy. I don't need to automatically detect X outs. That's and there's no one near me, no one in Australia I know of that's got a $500,000 pick and place machine, assuming that they can even do that. It's not a requirement that I need. So I just quickly I asked Neoden if I can buy. They're cheaper in Latvia. I'm sure they are. I asked Neoden if I can buy, so that the front and back of the Neoden 8, where the feeders plug into, right, the big steel, whatever you call them, like it's got all the holes in it that the feeders clip onto, right? Hang on, let me show picture so I can tell you what I'm talking about. I'm sure I've got a picture somewhere. A plate, metal plate. I know. What a stupid. Couldn't think of the word, but right. Okay, that's a really bizarre picture. That's the first thing I could find. Right. How messy is that? But here, where the feeders are connected to, right? I asked them if I could buy just the metal plates, so I could build myself a stand that I could store feeders on. So I've now got, so I'm currently slowly replacing all of my hybrid electrics with Neoden fully electric feeders. And no, I can't swap out the whole. No, that's Linux 203. No, this doesn't use removable banks. It's for storing all my other feeders. Like I've got in my garage, like I've got shelves and bench spaces full of feeders. And most of the feeders are loaded with components. I need a place to store them. So I asked them if I could buy them like as a part, so I could build a shelf out of them that I could store all my feeders on. Wood is too soft. I'd have to use a really, really hard wood, which then and then I don't want wood debris or anything else. Like it's got to be metal. Like I've been putting feeders in, feeders out. They clamp around the edges, the holes. I wouldn't want to do it with wood. Thought about that already, and this is already. They're designed like they're already laid out. Can hold 33 feeders. They're the exact right thickness. They're really stable. And they gave me a quote, and it wasn't too bad. it can't be pipe, it's got to be flat. It's got to be about 20 centimeters wide, and it's got to have two different size hole drills perfectly in, spaced apart, and it's got to be an exact thickness at one end to clamp the feeder around, to hold the feeder still, right? So anyway, and I was about to order. They agreed to sell me a front and a back one, so I could build. They're the same, so I can build myself a too high shelf, so I can store up to 68mm feeders on it. But they found me something else instead. Like you can buy feeder trolleys, but they're really expensive. They're like $500 plus shipping. The shipping is killer right now. But they have these things, which is quite interesting. So these are made out of, looks like just, I don't know if it's PVC or metal pipes. So it's a trolley, and you got the two metal things here, and I don't know how sturdy it's going to be, but this is enough to hold quite a few feeders. It's bigger than I would have built, but it's only going to cost me a couple $100. And so I'm getting them to ship me one. It's on wheels. The thing I would have built would have been like in a fixed place. Well, it's got to be a certain thickness at one end of the plate. Sure, I don't have any ability to do metalwork here, right? And by the time I design something and then... where'd you get $200 for 21 place? This has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know how many it's got. This could hold 60 feeders, 80 feeders maybe. It's got two different heights. It's ugly, but I'm going to give it a shot because for a couple $100, like I looked at getting like a metal plate fabricated myself, like design something and going to somewhere local to, get them to cut it for me. And it was hundreds of dollars, and I still would have had to build a shelf around it. So I'm going to give this a shot. I don't know how. You got one of that from them, did you? Sure, a shelf would take... Well, no, it won't. I could have made it narrower. I need the length. It needs to be able to fit this. It needs to be able to fit this. Right, this is a 16mm feeder. So that they're the holes that you saw on those plates. Look how much longer this is. So it needs to be able to fit this depth. Use an old charm hire to store the feeders. Yeah, I don't have the charm hire anymore. Search where, X-Micron, where are you? Oh, you bought the Robot Dig one. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I didn't want to buy. I know. The problem for that is it's not $200. Shipping to me is horrific at the moment because of its weight. Where this is going to cost me $200 delivered to me. $200 plus GST. What's the mounting spot on the feeder? So this metal section here, the two holes, and on the other side of this is it's a C shape. That's for this section here. So all of that is here. Right? You see that clamps around. Right? And the two pins, and then it's got to take the weight of the rest of this. I mean, this is really heavy. So the feeder's inside the trolley, correct? Okay, that's a Robot Dig one. Let's have a look at this one. I've seen all the different versions a few times. Oh, you're talking about just the plate. Right, sorry. Okay, sorry, I'm going back to here. I thought you were talking about the actual thing, right? So 21. So $200. Okay. And so if I add this to my cart, we're going to add it to my cart. Is it discontinued? What? 8 kilograms. Can I not add it to my cart? No. So a lot of them I'll be storing with reels on, yes. So it's much quicker to, because I've got spare reels now, it's much quicker to switch a reel out that's got, when I need to switch parts, than it is to pull a reel off, take parts off, lose a bunch of parts from the reel that I'm taking off because they're exposed, put a new one on, like a new reel on, and then reload it and recalibrate the pickup positions and everything else. I can just move unplug a reel, plug a different reel in, and a place to store them. Right, it does put a lot of torque on this, which is why I was looking at the mounting brackets from the actual pick and place machine. Hey, cable tie. Will the cart hold them without tipping? I don't know if it'll hold that reel with components on it. The 8mm feeders, absolutely. But that reel itself, like that's a reel of 2000 Pico D4s. I mean, the reel itself is heavy, yes. Okay, I don't seem to be able to add this to my cart. But if it's 8 kilograms, that's going to cost me about $400 to ship it. $400 US to ship it. So that'll cost me $600 US for that mounting block. Just not worth it. Do you not mount them vertically on the plate on the wall? No, because the reels will fall off. They can't be vertical, they need to be horizontal. I thought about maybe on a slight angle, but the reels will fall off otherwise. But you can buy other ones, so AliExpress. You can buy other carts. Yamaha feeder trolley. Someone had one. Wow, feeder. Right, so you can buy these, but look at the prices of them. Yamaha CL feeder, right? Shipping to the US, $600. I mean, this is the cheapest shipping. Okay, CL feeders, $249 and $211 for shipping. With this, not that, with... Right, so this looks like it's long enough that it won't tip. My concern is how strong this metal is. Right, if this metal will twist or not. But if I put the bigger feeders to the sides, then less chance of it twisting. That cart doesn't have the reels on. What do you mean? No, that doesn't mean I can store it with the reels. This one doesn't, no. Well, this picture doesn't. They're not Yamaha feeders. Yeah, they are. Oh, yeah, they're Yamaha 8mm feeders. See, this looks like it's just the bent metal as well. You can see here. So that's not a solid plate. That's just bent metal. Catch you later, Dave. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to make... I have custom machined aluminium block. Cost and time. I've already got an order coming in of feeders from Neoden. So I just... You know, for $200, I'm going to try... Oh my god, I keep closing that image. For $200, I'm just going to try this. And if it's no good, then I can always remove the plates off the trolley and use the plates on something that I build. And it's no problem, right? And I can even put support on it for the big reels if I need to. Just 3D print something. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, that's the thing. I could do something to maybe to support it. I can't really use a cross-beam wagon loads because it'll interfere with other feeders I put on there. Put some photos over on Discord. Oh, right. Yeah, those things. Sure. So that's the thing. Like, that was the whole point. I was going to build something. So, like, I could have built something like this. If I had the plates, I can then just screw the plates into extrusion or whatever and make something. That's interesting for storage of feeders and storage of reels. Or do the reels finish that? Anyway, there's lots of different options. They're just too expensive. Right, these plates look substantial, which is why I was asking Neoden if I could buy their plates from the pick and place machine, because they're the ones that I'm using on the pick and place machine, and put them on. The problem is they wanted $400 for them, which is fine. I would have paid $400 US for them. The problem was the cost of shipping them. Like, the 2 plates weighed more than my entire feeder order that I've got them shipping to me. So it would have tripled my shipping cost. And that's the killer. It worries the moment the inertia is too great. We'll see how we go. Right now, if I can only fit the 8mm feeders on, which are considerably smaller. Hold them up next to each other so you can see. So there's an 8mm feeder, right, compared to the 16mm feeder. So, like, this feeder weighs only a fraction more than the reel of D4's weighs, right? So this won't have a problem. I mean, the way this will be weighted is fine. And an 8mm reel here weighs nothing, comparatively. So I don't think this is a problem. What? Oh, right. Okay, sorry, we're talking about something else. So, as I said, if worst case scenario, if I only get to put all my 8mm feeders on there, that's a win for me. I've usually only got about 5 or 6 large feeders that I'm swapping around that are off the machine. And I have shelf space that I'm storing those at the moment. But I'm getting littered with all of these as I'm moving over to the other Neodens. There's nothing wrong with them. But I'm moving to the better electric ones, which are much more reliable. So we'll see how we go. And worst case scenario, I could always, again, build something out of extrusion if that pipe framing isn't any good. Catch you later, James. Have a good night, mate. If the pipe framing isn't any good, I can build something else using those other things, or I can just order some plates. But anything's going to be better than what I've got right now. Ask Johnny, checked out metalwork for his enclosure. Looks similar. Yeah, his metalwork was expensive. Like, that cost him just for that one-off thing. I think that first one was like, wasn't it like 60 or 70 bucks just for one thing? The frame that I'm getting, it's some type of pipe, whether it's PVC pipe or whether it's metal, I don't know. I won't know until I get it. I'll try it. I'll see how it goes. This one. And if it works okay, great. And if not, I'll at least have these plates that I can do something with. So, yeah. Okay, well, seems I chewed up some time talking about that. I can't wait for this to happen though, because it's getting very cluttered in there, and I'm now where before I was pick and placing a stack of different boards, but they were all using the same loadout except for maybe one or two parts on my pick and place machine. I'm now swapping feeders all the time. So like my play shield, for instance, I need to swap 7 feeders out. My Explorer shield, my I2S audio shield, I'm going to have to swap 5 different feeders out. So do a live stream unboxing build of it. Oh, it's going to be pretty unexciting, I think. Sure, maybe. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just staring at the picture. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you all for joining. Congratulations again to Fred and to Rhoda for winning some FeatherS2 Neos. Thanks again to Mark. I'll send you one as well. Yeah, pretty exciting. I'm hoping to actually... Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Wow. Okay, one last thing I'm going to do, folks. Totally forgot about it. I meant to do this at the start of the stream. I am going to release, but with 0 stock, my FeatherS2 Neo, so people can go on the wait list. And done. If I can, I still have to update the webpage for it. It's currently sold out. Of course. I meant to do that at the start of the stream. How annoying. But there it is. Get some vitamin D. Hopefully. I might go for a walk today with my mask covering my face. Okay. So you can go on the wait list now for the Neo. It's only going to be a few days. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining. Take care. Have a great rest of the week. And I will catch you all next week. Hopefully with a haircut maybe. If we get out of lockdown ever. Who knows? Okay. Bye everyone.